So, as you can probably tell by the lack of regular game sound and that I'm not talking directly in-game, things have gone a bit strangely for me. I played at like an hour and a half of this. I recorded it. All my settings were as I normally have them. Nothing had changed, but for some reason, the game sound didn't record, my mic didn't record, I got nothing. So now I'm going to look back and just comment over what I did. Hopefully I'm not going to tell you things that happened before they happen, because I already know what's happening, but it would also really help if I had the sound. This is really annoying for me. Because I thought, oh, that was such a great set of episodes. And it turns out that it wasn't. Well, here I was just kind of getting back into the swing of things, checking to see who did what and what was happening last time. I had to set up some meals, make sure all the bills were set. So, I was setting the simple meals to be to going. Well, those were already set, but I set Delilah to also cook fine meals because she has a high enough cooking skill to do so. So here I am setting the threshold, making sure all of that's okay. So now Delilah's going to get to work on that. That was the electric tailoring bench. Was that? Oh, I realized that some of them were unhappy, like Delilah here, because, she's not wearing a shirt, and I don't think that women generally like to run around without shirts on. I mean, maybe when they're at home, but I don't think out in public, or, Delilah's a mother, so in front of her. Oh, and right here I'm reading about the techno socks. I was actually reading it out loud in a very affected voice, but you don't get to hear that because, too bad, the computer decided it hates me. But, so, yeah, I don't think that Delilah would want to go flopping her TTs around in front of her daughter, so I was like, well, maybe I should make a shirt for her. So I set a bill to make a shirt. Did I do that already, or have I not done it yet? I think I said it. Someone's eventually going to get to it. Oh, no, I didn't do it. Okay, there it is. So make a t-shirt, and no, it was a button down because I wanted her to be fancy. Look, it's like I'm discovering this right along with you. Wow. So make a button-down t-shirt. Yep, that's right. Yeah, you got it. Good job, me. And just use whatever. I was checking here if you could do it with leather, because I wasn't sure if it had to be cloth or if it could be leather. And it can be leather. And you'll see which cloth they decide to make it out of as soon as somebody gets on it. Oh, here I wanted to make sure that somebody was actually researching, or we had a research set. We do have microelectronics basics set as the research. I don't think anyone worked on it because Mai has muscle parasites, so she's not really interested in doing any kind of work. But it's there at least. And I wanted that one because if somebody's sick, and they keep giving the dogs food poisoning, and they just keep barfing everywhere, which is really annoying. But with microelectronic basics, then you can put TVs so that the people can watch TV and not be bored to death whenever they're in their rooms when they're sick. So Mai, who's constantly in her bed because she's not feeling well, will at least have a TV to watch. Oh, and my Bluetooth headset just disconnected because there was no sound coming out of it. So if you heard that little noise, that's what that was. The AC unit in that room is still broken after having been destroyed in the fire that Lumi caused whenever she lost her damn mind. I don't think I've realized yet that we have no steel, so eventually I'm going to send somebody to go up, and yeah, here I am. I'm trying to set someone to do it, and I'm going to realize that we don't have steel. Yep, no materials. Wah, wah. Okay, go up there, set the steel to be mined. Yep, good job, me. Lumi got right to it. What a good worker. Jeez. and everybody else just kind of going about their regular business, you know, still kind of barely keeping up on things. You'll see as it goes on that I really start to fall behind on everything, and it's not till near the end of this set of episodes that it all comes back together. So everybody starts going to bed. They're all uncomfortable because there are a bunch of heat waves that pass through during the time I'm playing. So, of course, since we discovered passive coolers, we can put in passive coolers, and that'll keep everybody from getting a heat stroke. Before these were put into the game, it was kind of annoying, because if you couldn't supply enough electricity, then you just couldn't run the air conditioners. And then there's a tribal scenario, the one that I'm playing on my other save, which, you know, they're a long time away from discovering electricity, so you can't rely on AC units for them. So you have to do passive coolers. I think they start with the technology, which is nice because it would be rough if you just go right into your first summer and you have nothing to keep them from just dying of heat stroke. Yeah, that's no good. What was I doing here? I don't remember what I was starting to do at this point. But we get some visitors, a trader, and I'm going to send, I think, Lumi, it's going to be Lumi. I send over to trade with this bitch right over here. Engie? Is that her name? Engie. Sure. I got all that stuff like the chef jacket, and the scrubs that I want to keep because eventually I want to repair them and use them as buffs for the characters who do, like, you know, my doctor or my cook. But I can sell some of the other stuff, like what is it? The violet toque? Is that mine? Yeah, I think that's. Yeah. Oh, did I not sell it? I thought I did. Maybe I did. I just didn't pay attention right there. But I also pick up an assault rifle, which is the weapon I'm going to be giving to Lumi, and it's going to come in quite in handy. Okay, so maybe I hadn't sold it just because I wanted to look at things. So buy that assault rifle. You got it. You got enough money. Also, you can sell a bunch of meals. Make a bit of it back. Go for it. Yep, good job, me. Giving myself instructions an hour and a half in the future. And there go the passive coolers starting to go in. That'll keep us all nice and cool. Is she equipped? There it is, yep. So now it's time to start shuffling the weaponry around. Lumi's going to take the assault rifle, and then I think Delilah was the next best shot. I've got to search through, though, because I had forgotten. Yep, so Delilah has a pistol. Time to switch her out for the rifle, which might just put right back on the shelf. Yeah, go for it. I'm talking to myself right there, I know it. So Delilah's got that, and I don't need to give Sparkles anything because she's already got a pistol. And then Mai, of course, has the Brawler trait, so if you give her anything other than a melee weapon, she's going to be pissy. And we don't want that. Everyone's already pissy enough as it is. And you know, though it is harder to play on the tribal scenario, it feels like it's easier because my tribals have been much happier overall than the four girls here. And I'm being raided. Which one was this? The night lineup. I don't remember what they were. Oh, they're another. They're the first of the medieval groups that attack. So I gotta check through, see what they've got. You know, there are some like forester's axes, they got like a boar's axe or something, I don't know. And then one of them has a crossbow. So I gotta like set up. Here I was looking, I was like, oh, do I have any turrets? Of course I don't have any turrets, because you need to discover the technology for turrets, and I'm a dingus and I forgot about that. But what I can do, and which I will do, is did I start converting those yet? Or maybe I just set the girls outside. I don't know. Let's watch and find out. Ooh. Ah. Yeah, I did start it. Okay. So I'm trying to put in Embrasures here. I'm going to eventually turn both of the prisons that I've got right there into like little fortifications. So if I take out those walls and I put in Embrasures, then people can stand inside and shoot out without having to worry about being murdered by whoever comes along. I just had to force people to actually do it because they're all just going about their own business. And the alpha beavers are still up there farting around, eating up all the trees. Yep, keep at it, Mai. Don't walk away. We have an imminent threat, and you're just like, well, I'm just gonna go over here and do something else. I don't even care. And you should care, because you're gonna die if you don't. Not that anyone dies. I mean, at least none of us die. Spoilers. I didn't realize that they take some steel to create the Embrasures, though, so I don't know if I had enough. I think I had just enough to actually do it. Although that means, of course, that our AC unit is not going to be put in just yet. But luckily, most of the things that are in there are things that will last. So we had potatoes that last like a season and a few days, and then there are meals which last, 2 or 3 days apiece. It's just the meat that's going to go bad, but you can always find more meat. I mean, there are always animals running through. So now I'm starting to get all antsy and worried because I think they began their assault just right here. And I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do with these people. So I decide to put Lumi in that little spot right there. And I think then I grab Delilah and I put her in the next spot over so that they both can just kind of peek around from behind the little bits of wall there and shoot their guns at the what are they, the Night Squad or whatever, before they really come at us. And these animals, God, I wish these animals were smarter about what they're doing, because they're always kind of just in the way. Maybe I need to do some kind of training for them, I don't know. I need to look into how to properly use the animals, because they have haul. I should set them to also train for release and rescue now that I'm looking back. I didn't do that in any of these episodes, but next time I start playing, I'll definitely do that. So they've got in the Embrasure almost, because construction failed there with Mai. But Sparkles is going to continue working right behind them. Mai, yeah, you guys keep going. And then Delilah and Lumi are going to prepare. Although the sidewalk is nice for us, but at the same time, it makes it easy for anyone to come running at us like this. So we got that one, but then Longshoreman, what is it? Longshank. I knew it was long something. And here I was worried because I had, like I said, I'd been playing a lot on my tribal map, and I had a similar situation where we were shooting bows and crossbows and stuff at intruders, and somebody ran up with an axe. But we took out like 3 of them, and then the last one got in and got 1 hit on one of the girls who was shooting the crossbow. And I thought, okay, maybe she just got a cut, maybe she just got a crack or a bruise or one of the other various kind of minor hits. And then I looked, and her entire arm was cut off, and I was like, no. But I I ended up building a steel arm for her, and it gave her like 30% mobility in that arm. I mean, I don't know how well a steel arm would work when made by like some tribal. And here, now that I have taken out the prisons, instead of using them as forts or sniper's nest or pillboxes, maybe? Pillboxes is probably the best word for it. Then I've got to put in a little prison off to the side.